2020 was a year Morgan Wallen found himself in the headlines often, but not the type of publicity an artist would want. Just as his career began to skyrocket more than ever, came to a shattering halt. I'm Adison Haager, and I'm bringing in Taste of Country's Billy Dukes to talk about the events that led to Wallen having to step away from the spotlight, where he is now, and what his music career might look like going forward. Give this video a thumbs up if you've been keeping up with everything regarding the singer, and before I bring Dukes in, I just want to kindly remind everyone that we're all for creating conversation in the comment section of our videos, but we aren't here for it to be a place of hate. So we just want to encourage everyone to think twice before leaving a comment. Okay, let's get caught up on all things Morgan Wallen. Hey Billy, thanks for jumping in to chat with me today. I'll get right into it. What has Morgan Wallen been up to since early February?
February 2nd, to be specific. That's when news of the video surfaced, and within about 12 hours he became sort of a pariah. This isn't the video where we're going to debate if the punishment fit the crime, but we will expand a little bit on if he's held up his end of the promise. February 10th, so 9 days later, he came with this apology video, and then he more or less vanished for 60 days. Immediately, there was some speculation that Morgan had an alcohol problem. He admitted that the N-word video came at the end of a long bender with some friends, and someone within his own record label alluded to his struggle with alcohol. No one has ever said anything about rehab, and no one really ever labeled him an alcoholic, and I think this is key. If he has that kind of problem, he's never owned up to it publicly. A lot of people say that, he hopes he gets the help he needs. The next time we heard from him was April 13th when he wrote a note to fans saying that he had taken a couple of months to work on himself, thanking fans for their support, saying he was pretty proud of the work he had put in but not offering any specifics. He said he wouldn't be touring this summer. Over the last month or so, he started to pop up more and more on Instagram, first with Eric Church Fishing, then with his sister, and then for his birthday party. Most recently and most publicly, he was spotted at Kid Rock's bar in Nashville, where he was arrested 1 year ago for public intoxication and disorderly conduct. The most recent Kid Rock appearance was on May 19th. He performed some music, gestured to fans, and sort of palled around with Kid Rock. This is a party spot, downtown, Lower Broadway. Pictures and video just showed him with a clear cup and a clear liquid in it.
In that apology video, he referred to offers made by Black industry leaders and executives to talk or offer guidance. Is there any evidence that he's engaged there?
There isn't. It's still pretty early to draw conclusions about how he's put his words into action. His apologies are very humble. We saw this after the incident last October where he was kicked off of Saturday Night Live for breaking COVID-19 protocols. His repeated apologies after the N-word video. This is his third set of apologies, but as of yet, he's not really talked about any specific efforts or an action plan for change. There's a pretty large group of people, though, who won't show any kind of forgiveness until he outwardly shows that he has changed. I don't think he has done that in any way yet. In fact, I think you could build a better argument that nothing has changed.
What do you mean?
Morgan literally returned to the scene of the crime 1 year later, and he was flexing in all the same kind of ways, soaking up the fan adulation. Maybe you can go out and enjoy a night, but humility doesn't start at Kid Rock's big-ass honky-tonk and steakhouse.
What about professionally? I see him back on his record label's website, but I thought he was suspended.
He is, and he's said to be back on some Pandora playlists as well. To be clear, he wasn't removed from streaming platforms, he was just kicked off of the playlists, which is how his music gets introduced to new fans. Spotify still has him off their biggest in-house playlists, and the radio ban continues. It's not clear what his picture being back at Big Loud's website really means, though. Is the suspension over? That might not matter, because what did the suspension even mean? It's not like they stopped cashing checks. They quit promoting his music at radio, which, radio kind of decided for them. As of now, there's no new single for them to promote. I suppose the picture being back does signal a step forward with him as their artist, and that a back to normal plan is in the works.
Okie dokie, last question. What is back to normal? Can he be as big as he was in January?
That's two questions, but I'll allow it. Morgan Wallen is at once the most loved and hated man in country music America. Can an artist that is that divisive have great radio success? And from there, will artists with tours that depend on alcohol sponsors embrace him? I think the answer to both questions is yes, but not to the same extent. I mean, Jason Aldean had a major cheating scandal some years ago, and that didn't slow him down one bit. Different crimes, similar emotional responses from different groups of fans. But think of this, if you're a headliner like Luke Bryan, who has a new brand of beer that you're taking city to city, you probably can't have Morgan Wallen out on the road with you right now. There's just too much money at risk. I think we'll see pretty quickly how high his ceiling is when he drops that first single. At that point, he'll have had to have repaired his relationships with radio and media, and again, I just haven't seen anything that indicates he's addressed that.
Thanks, Billy. Before we go, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and that little notifications bell is on, so next time we have new Morgan Wallen news, you are the first to know. I'm Adison Haager for Taste of Country.
Thanks for watching.
And as always, thanks for subscribing.